And in the last remaining court case from Flight 3407, Doug Wielinski died when the plane crashed into his home in Clarence Center. His widow Karen is back on the stand. She narrowly escaped her home with her daughter that dark day. The family is suing the airlines involved. News 4's Ed Dranch, live for us outside State Supreme Court. Ed, what's happened this morning?
Jordan, this case so emotionally charged, so much of it based on Karen Wielinski and suffering. That said, she's been on the stand since 9:45 this morning. Her attorneys are walking her through each part, each process of her life since the crash and the emotional impact it's had on her life. Karen Wielinski described having feelings of survivor's guilt, wondering why she and her daughter survived, but others on that plane died. She said each event, weddings, graduations, holidays, were all bittersweet, celebratory, but sad at the same time without Doug. Wielinski's attorney really focused on a few key moments. One, the days immediately after the crash. Karen described going to a group therapy session with her daughter, saying, quote, "If one of us cried, all of us cried. It was difficult to talk in front of each other." Later, her attorneys focused on finding a new house on Krause Road. They thought it was not under a landing pattern, but it turned out planes flew directly overhead. Quote, "It freaked us out," she said. Finally, Wielinski spoke about learning this crash was blamed on pilot error. She said simply, quote, "It makes me sick." Now, as I mentioned, this case is so emotionally charged. There are about half a dozen attorneys inside who will soon question Karen Wielinski about what she's testifying to and the emotion and the pain that she felt after the crash. Well, some of those lawyers objected to some of the things that she was testifying to. Karen rolled her eyes, threw herself back in the chair, and really you could say that this is having an emotional impact on her right now. Karen Eckert is also inside, along with her sister Susan Burke. They lost their sister Beverly Eckert in the crash, all again as part of the support group in the families of Flight 3407. News 4's Alicia Rodriguez is coming down here right now. She'll be inside later today and have an update for you tonight on News 4 at 5 and 6. For now, we're live downtown this afternoon at Dranch, News 4 at noon.